What's up guys, welcome back to another 5.0 Energy video. Final Fantasy just released online, so you know the first thing we're going to be doing is testing new cards in this deck. So today we're going to be testing Joshua Phoenix's Dominant and Lightning Army of One. So to replace Joshua, we're taking out our Seasoned Pyromancer. Joshua has a very similar effect, so we're going to try to utilize it that way. So Joshua says when he enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. So what's cool about Joshua is he can be an early game threat because you can cast him on turn 3 and get your loot on, or you can wait till later because he has a 5 mana tap ability that says, exile Joshua, then return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. So you transform Joshua into Phoenix, Warden of Fire. The first 2 chapters are kind of medium. So chapters 1 and 2 deal 2 damage to your opponent. But what makes this such a great late game threat is if you have a full graveyard, Phoenix says, return any number of target creature cards with total mana value 6 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. So if you have a bunch of 1-drops, some cats, some Ajani's, you can bring up to like 3, 4, even 5 creatures if you have it. So I think this card's pretty awesome. Our second Final Fantasy card is Lightning Army of One. So Lightning has First Strike, Trample, and Lifelink. So it's definitely a pain in the ass for your opponent to block. So Lightning also has Stagger, which says whenever she deals combat damage to a player until your next turn, if a source would deal damage to that player or a permanent that player controls, it deals double that damage instead. So what's cool about this is because she has First Strike, she triggers Stagger on her attack step. So if you have a bunch of creatures swinging out, they deal double damage. So do you know what works really well with double damage? Goblin Bombardment and Ajani. So you can ping your opponent for 2 each time, or when you zero Ajani, you can double that damage also. So like best case scenario is you have a huge army of cats, you swing in with lightning, all your cats deal double damage, then you stack all your cats, deal 2 damage, just ping your opponent to death. Lightning can set up some crazy plays. As for the rest of the deck, it's a pretty stock energy list with all your removal, your creatures, Phlages. I've been happy with 2 Voices, 2 Charms, Prisons, and then the set of Ragavan. Lately, it's been kind of a combo heavy meta, so Ragavan really shines there. Moving on to our sideboard, we have 2 Deafening Silence and Orange Chants for combo decks, Ghostly Vacuum from graveyard decks, Wear Tears for artifacts and enchantments, Molten Rain for Eldrazi decks, Blood Moon for Eldrazi and greedy mana bases. We have Clarion Conqueror for artifact decks, combo decks, Wrath of Skies for board wipes, and Celestial Purge for red and black decks. So that is Boros Energy featuring some of the new Final Fantasy cards in Modern. Before we get into the video, I want to talk to you guys about becoming a YouTube channel member. You get access to a lot of cool perks like loyalty badges, cool emotes, and early access to videos like this one. Also, we are Mana Traders content creator, so if you want to save up to 25% on your first subscription, all that information is in the description below. So if you want to see more energy content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's get in the gameplay. Alright, welcome to match 1 on the play. And this is a solid hand. We have some early plays, some removal. We'll start with Arid Mesa. We're going to start with the Ragavan, just to kind of get our ramp on. Oh no. Tap land means we're up against either Storm or Belcher. So let's see. We draw another Goblin Bombardment, not very good. Hopefully loot one of these away eventually. Get him for 2. Okay, so this is a pretty terrible matchup. I'm assuming this is just Mono Red Belcher. Play the land. We'll play out Pride. And then I'm going to pass. I'm going to surveil with this. Definitely need to find like some action to kill them fast. Strike it rich into tap land. We will surveil. Blades to the yard. Pretty good. Glad we're not drawing that. Arena of Glory. Let's attack. We are not drawing very well. Get him for 3. Find Manamorphose. It's a redraw. So we'll cast that. Name red, white for a Johnny. That's pretty good. Play Arena of Glory. Bombardment. We'll flip a Johnny. 0 Johnny. Hit them for 3. Down to 11. And then hopefully we're not dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 1 turn. So if they can't kill us this turn, then we win. Desperate Ritual. Seems like they have it if they're doing this. Ritual. Ritual. Do they just have Ritual into Goblin Bombardment? Hopefully it's just like Dragonstorm. It is. Okay, cool. We can beat this. We just untap 0 Johnny and win. Oh, we draw Joshua. Let's cast Joshua. We're not even going to haste it. We don't have to. We're just going to 0 and win. I just want to cast it. When you cast it, discard up to 2 cards. Discard, Discharge, and Goblin Bombardment. We draw exactly Discard and Goblin Bombardment, which is crazy. We'll 0, ping them, and then just shoot them. Okay, and they concede. So we got lucky that they had the Scion and not the Goblin Charbelcher, but it didn't even look like they had enough mana to do both anyway, so we're good. Alright, against Mono Red Belcher, let's see. We want Clarion. We want Orange Chant, Deafening Silence, take out Galvanic Discharge, Static Prison. We're going to assume they're bringing in Pyroclasm, so we want to be aware of that. Guess we'll bring in the Wear Tears for Ruby Medallion, and if they just play a Naked Charbelcher, take out Voice, and we'll try that. Alright, game 2, and this hand is, like, solid. It just doesn't have any hate. Like, we can go turn 1 Pride, turn 2 Pride Surveil land. I kinda wanna mulligan to some form of hate, especially if they have Pyroclasm, then we're just completely hosed, so let's mulligan at least once. Alright, this hand kinda sucks, but it does have Deafening Silence, and I'm not gonna go to 5, so let's get rid of the Raven Charm. So we just wanna look for something that can deal with, like, Belcher, because if they just cast it on turn 4, we can't do anything about it, unless we destroy it. Opponent says, funny, your video led me to this deck. That's awesome. Alright, they play a tap land. And find the Wear Tear, that's actually really good. Get the Sacred Foundry, we'll cast this on curve. Sometimes you'd want to maybe cast it on 2 if you want to surveil looking for some action, but because we found the Wear Tear already, I'm not too afraid. They shock that in, play the Ruben Medallion. We're not going to kill this. We could, but draw the Arid Mesa. I almost want to just play Ragavan and pass, but that's, because they have to deal with this. I guess I'll just dash it. Because I want to just kind of keep this in play just to keep chipping in, and then we could surveil also. Manamorphose, yeah, we can't cast that. Maybe next turn we will. We'll play Ragavan and Goblin Bombardment. But then we're still not surveilling. It's close. They glimpse. Yeah, so that's the annoying part is they make spawn. So that's one reason to kill it, but make 3 spawn. Find another Ragavan. We just don't want them to play Goblin Bombardment and then crack it. So let's figure out how we can do this. Guess we'll dash. We'll see if they want to do anything here. We'll attack. See if they want to just like block, sack, whatever. They could just be sitting on a Goblin Charbelcher. So they want the mana. That's what it looks like. We hit a mountain. So let's cast Goblin Bombardment. Thing here. Cast Ragavan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think we'll pass. Because if they have a land, they can only cast the Charbelcher and then pass, and then hope we don't have anything to get rid of it. That's what we're banking on here. They Valakut Awakening. Hopefully we're not just getting punished for not sacking this, but they discard their whole hand. We play land tapped. No plays. Oh, we draw the Orm's Chant. Let's attack. No blocks. Find a Ritual. Man, it's really tempting to... I think we have to do this. This will slow the game down. So we'll target one, and then eat the other. So we'll do it this way, so that way they... can't just like untap and kill us. And then we have Flage in the yard. And then we do have an Orm's Chant that we can cast. This is the Naked Belcher. That's fine. That's what we've been like waiting for, but I guess they had to draw into it. Draw the 4th land finally. So let's start by attacking. Ironcrag Feet. So let's wear targeting Goblin Charbelcher. And then we'll just Flage. So that way they're dead 100% next turn. Cast Flage, target them, put them down to 6. So we don't have Orm's Chant up. If we had an extra mana, we would Orm's Chant them and win, but... So they'd have to deal with Deafening Silence, and then they just don't have enough mana to cast the Belcher and activate it. Desperate Ritual. They spliced, but they can't cast another spell. Nice, okay. Match 2 on the play. This is a 4-land hand with Guide of Souls, Goblin Bombardment, and Lightning. I think because we're trying to test Lightning, let's keep it. It's not the most exciting, but we can curve out. We definitely want to get Lightning going. I think that'll be sweet. Definitely want more creatures with her, though. Let's just start on the Sacred Foundry, shock that in, play Guide of Souls. We can go turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and hopefully not die. They go Bloodstained Mire, Swamp. Is this Thoughtseize or Fatal Push? It's Fatal Push. Okay. Well, it's going to be good to get down Goblin Bombardment. Draw Ragavan. Could just play Ragavan and... Yeah, let's do that. Play Ragavan out, and I'm just going to Surveil here. You could also just play Goblin Bombardment out. I don't mind the Surveil. Goblin Bombardment's good to protect against just them killing Ragavan. They cycle Street Wraith and do nothing, so I'm assuming that this is going to be Bowmasters, which is another reason to get Goblin Bombardment out. We'll Surveil. Land, the other Surveil land to the yard. Arena of Glory, not a good draw. So let's attack. Ragavan's gonna die. No matter if we cast Goblin Bombardment or just attack, it doesn't matter. Get him for 2. So what we're gonna do is cast Goblin Bombardment. We're gonna haste this next turn. Cast that. Unfortunately, like, we have nothing to go with this, but we'll finally get it out. So again, a conservative play, or maybe the better play, would have been to cast Goblin Bombardment instead of playing the Ragavan and then kind of going off from there. Especially because you could ping one of these. They cycle Street Wraith again. We just need to draw no more lands. We've drawn so many lands. Or surveil them away. No play again. Sacred Foundry, tapped. Guide of Souls. So Arena of Glory, go Guide of Souls, exert, Lightning. And Lightning has first strike, so it makes Goblin a little more awkward. I'm also going to keep this land in hand to pitch. I guess they just have removal for it. We'll see. Kind of stinks. They're not going to let us have fun. K command. Yeah, that's annoying. We'll kill the Bowmaster, and they want us to discard the land, which is fine. This could be a pretty tough matchup just because they have so much removal. But with the Goblin Bombardment, you feel less bad. We almost got in with Lightning. That would have been cool. They play land. Now we're just on top deck mode. They have 4 cards in hand. They didn't attack. We wouldn't have blocked anyway. Need some good top decks. That is not a good one. Cast Ragavan. It gets energy, so it's not the worst. Eventually we'll get enough to fly one of these over, and then we'll just send it back. See if they get a Surveil land here. They do. They keep it on top. We still don't know exactly what this is, like if this is just Rakdos Midrange. Hopefully they're not running main deck Blood Moon and catch us with no planes. They have another K command, it looks like. Ugh, they do. Are we shooting them or the token? I think we're shooting the token. They're getting Bowmasters back. K command is just like brutal against our deck. Such good value. So now they can cast Bowmasters if they want, target Ragavan. They just play land and pass. We have so many good top decks, and that is not one of them. Oh my gosh. They cast Fatal Push. Yeah, they have Fatal Push, K Command, Bowmasters. We'll just pass. We've seen about half our lands almost in the top 15, which is never good. They Bowmasters us. They play a tap land. Get him for 2. We draw. We have so many good draws here. Discharge. I mean, it's not the worst. It's not the best either. Flage is just like GG. So I guess we will play the Windswept Heath out. We'll get a Plains with this. Just play it safe just in case they have Blood Moon. They play tap land. I'm not sure if we should discharge this or not. I'm just going to get a Plains. I think I'm going to wait like 1 turn. Go to 10. Try to be a little patient with this. Like maybe they play something that's like worth it. All right, Thoughtseize. Now they make us do it. We'll discharge Bowmasters. That's good. We get a Thoughtseize out of their hand. That's another reason to hold lands too, to make them think that you have something. Voice is decent, so let's cast that. Actually, I'm not going to... Yeah, I'm going to haste it. Let's haste this, because we can just shoot this down. I'll attack, hit for 4. Oh, we can actually just start killing them. Put them down to 2. So they have 1 turn to draw out of this, and they don't. Nice. Alright, against Rakdos Midrange, we want a Purge, Ghost Vacuum. I think that's about it. Ragavan can come out, bring in these 2. Yeah, we'll try that. Alright, game 2, and we're going to keep this hand. We have Joshua, we have Flage for late game. We're against a Thoughtseize deck. We don't want to mulligan if we can help it. A Naked Nethergoyf, Cycle Street Wraith, not so naked anymore, and pass. So we could just discharge this immediately. I kind of want to, because this is going to get kind of out of hand. It's just going to make our turn 2 awkward if we don't draw a land. We do draw the land, okay. So let's just do this now. Sacred Foundry, cast Discharge, and pass. We'll get that before it gets too big and we have to waste energy. Making our land drops is fine. They play a tap land, Cycle Street Wraith, and just pass. So it's tempting to like not even run this out because they could just push it and then it's kind of like using their mana. So let's play Parlor, Ragavan to the yard. We're fueling it for Flage. I mean, would we rather them kill Guide of Souls than a Johnny? Probably not. Yeah, let's just pass. Because they could end up tapping out and then we get to resolve everything. Yeah, they do nothing. Probably just holding up push. They do play a 3rd land. They crack it. They could also K-command us if they wanted to get back Nethergoyf. Just hard casting Phoenix. Okay, that's good for us. So now we do get to resolve Guide of Souls and a Johnny. That's what we were hoping for. Down to 15, and we'll go back up to 17 again. That's why you got to be patient with these. You don't have to just run them out because you can. Another Guide of Souls. A Flooded Strand. Let's get a Plains. Guide of Souls. A Johnny. Back up to 16. They're going to have a hard time dealing with this. Probably push one of these 2. 3 mana. Definitely going to K-command a Johnny. Ooh, Deluge. Okay. Should have known about that. Could have assumed. Okay. Phoenix in the yard. That can come back. Fortunately, we do have all of this. So we can actually Guide of Souls, Joshua, pitching Flage. Next turn, bring back Flage. Ooh, Lightning, actually. I kind of want to just discard Flage here, though. So let's crack this. Get another Plains. Play Guide of Souls. Play Joshua. We want to use our Final Fantasy cards. So when it enters, discard Flage. Could discard both, but I want to keep Lightning, maybe. Ooh, Arena of Glory is huge. Alright, so next turn we just Arena of Glory and win. As long as they don't get rid of our Flage. Could also flip Joshua, but this is pretty weak right now. We do play a land. A Swamp. FOMO. They discard Lightning Bolt. Interesting. Oh no, they heat Joshua. And they Fatal Push Guide of Souls. And they have the Tormod's Crypt. Oh my gosh. That's so good. They let us untap. Oh no, that's not good for them. That's sad. Okay, well, unfortunate for our opponent. They are letting us untap with Flage in the yard. So now we get to cast a Hasty Flage, kill FOMO. Yeah, they could have cracked that immediately and we would have been kind of screwed. We'd have Lightning and Goblin Bombardment, so it would have been the worst. We'll attack, hit them for 3, and then hit them for 6 more. Down to 3. And I can't see them coming back from this. Yeah, they should have just cracked that. Match 3 on the play. And we're going to keep this hand. We have a turn 1, turn 2, turn all that. Fantastic. I'm actually going to lead off on a Sacred Foundry because I want to draw lands, so I don't mind like not thinning for what little that matters. Go Sacred Foundry, Cat, Darkslick Shores. Cat is not long for this world. There we go. Fatal Push. So we're going to play it differently than we did last match. We're going to cast Goblin Bombardment first, get that down so that way all of this is safe. So we'll crack Marsh Flats, get a Plains, Goblin Bombardment. That way when we cast all of this, we'll be good to go. And we probably want to get Voice down sooner rather than later, just because they're a blue deck with counters. They play Darkslick Shores, so probably Counterspell. I'm going to play Voice first. I'd rather this get countered than a Johnny. And this is a must counter or they are screwed. Spell Snare. Ugh. Into Consider. Ooh. Love that. Hopefully they're not an Oculus deck. That would be the most annoying thing. But now they know we have this tap land. They do keep it on top. We will Surveil. Pride, I'll keep on top. And play out a Johnny. That's going to get countered. Nothing you can do about that. Play Ocelot Pride. Are they thinking about subtletying this? There's no way. They are, wow. Pitching Psychic Frog. It's actually pretty insane. I mean, I guess I'm going to keep it on top if they're trying to subtlety this and just pass. We'll shock that in, hold up Discharge, which is a pretty obvious discharge here. But the fact that they pitched a frog means they're going to have another frog, but they're not playing it. Maybe it was risky to do that, just to kind of give it away. Do they have another subtlety, like hardcast subtlety? Impulse. Does this resolve? No, Counterspell. All right, we definitely want Flage. Flage would probably be our best draw just because of the recursion. Or just a Johnny, got it, just anything really. Any threats? Undercity Sewers. They keep it on top again. Ragavan, pretty good. We'll dash it. See if anything resolves in this game. Okay, that resolved. Oh, it's funny too, they kept the card on top, so we're going to see what that was. Was it Counterspell or something? Oh, it's a frog. Oh, we can't cast it. That would have been sick. That's a good card to keep on top too. Oh man, so close. No frog for them. Alright, they just pass again. Another Ragavan, not very good. Unless they kill this. Attack for 2. Land. Alright, we'll just pass. Now we can cast something from their deck. So we'd love to hit something actually good. We don't know what's in their hand. They have 3 cards in hand, not doing anything. Oh no, it's a Murktide. They top deck Murktide. Damn. Static Prison would be the best draw. And they have another card. Psychic Frog. Alright, well we'll kill this. Pretty amazing last 2 cards for them. They grow Murktide. Kill Frog. So we have 2 turns to find something. Another Discharge. Cast Ragavan. And just pass. Yeah, so it's like Static Prison or bust here. Alright, they do get in. Down to 5. And they just pass. God, we draw Surveil Land. They countered a few of our spells, and then we just drew all lands. I mean, we'll cast Peak. It's a land. We draw the Flage. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Oh my god, we can do it. Okay. We can kill Murktide. Peak saved us. So we'll target Murktide. Shoot Murktide. Discharge. And then ping it. Damn, dude. That's sick. Ooh, that was close. Goblin Bombardment to the yard. Cast Ragavan. And then we have a Flage in the graveyard. Damn, that had to work out perfectly like that, too. Wow, dude. That's awesome. And they scooped the match. Oh, no. Poor opponent. Match 4 on the draw. And we're going to keep this hand. We have a nice curve with Ragavan into a Johnny with a lot of removal, so that's good. Hopefully this removal is actually good against this deck. They just go land, go. We draw a Surveil Land. We'll just start with the Ragavan. Hopefully not drawing any more lands. Cast Ragavan. They Surveil. Main deck Stern Scolding. Pretty crazy. Oh no. Is this the Grixis deck? Into Frog. Okay. So we're going to do the discharge static trick here. We're going to discharge, make them discard 2 cards if they want. The only problem is we don't have any energy generators. Oh, they're not going to do it. Okay. That's good for us. Pride, we'll keep on top. Again, we don't want any more lands. We're already just... Ooh, and they're stuck on 2 lands. Play Marsh Flats. Start with Ocelot Pride. They let that go. And I guess we'll cast a Johnny and see if that resolves. Get a Plains. This can't resolve. Damn, Spell Snare. Stern Scolding and Spell Snare. They're like pre-boarded for us. See if they have the bolt for this. Or the push. Ugh, they have the Bowmasters. Damn, dude. Alright. We need some good draws here. Johnny's pretty good. Cast the Johnny. Play the land and pass. Now we want Goblin Bombardment, we want Guide of Souls, just all threats, no lands. They draw their third land, but it's a Surveil land. They put a land to the yard. They have the push. They get in with the token. We're not going to block. Take one. They have 2 cards in hand. We'll get the other Surveil land. Land to the yard. Looking for Flage here. Oh my god, dude. Another land. That's brutal. We're flooding a lot tonight, I'd say. See if they want to trade here. They don't. We'll just pass. Feels bad. They get in for 2. Down to 12. And another frog. And play a tap land. Come on, something good. It's something. Goblin Bombardment. Static Prism. Eat the frog. We'll get in. We're not blocking. Down to 11. They attack with both. Hopefully no crazy follow-up. They just pass. What counterspells do they have? Draw Ragavan. It's a pretty good one because countering this is like fine, but it's like awkward. It's such like a really awkward thing to let go. But now we have 4 damage if they don't have a Bowmasters here. Wow, nothing. I have no idea what's in their hand. We have land. Alright, we'll just pass. End step. K-Command? Flame of Anor. They don't have a wizard, so they're going to just draw 2. Man, imagine if we hit Flame of Anor. Alright, we'll just pass. We're still holding the land. I don't want to lose life. They draw a land for turn, or with Flame. They get him for 2 again, so they're not afraid of Ragavan, so they definitely drew something for it. And they just send it back. Dude, come on. How are we drawing so many lands? We'll dash. This is like the only way we can lose is if we just draw all lands. And they have the counterspell. Subtlety? Jesus. Yeah. Bottom. I just can't believe this. We'll just pass. They play Swamp. They're going to get in with everything. Oh, just Subtlety? Okay. Interesting. We're going to block here and then just shoot that. Take 3. Psychic Frog. 3rd Psychic Frog. Something please. Flage. Okay. So this probably isn't resolving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we were playing out our lands, we could cast Flage and bring back Flage. Oh wow, it resolved. If that resolved, then they should be dead here. Because now we just bring it back and kill them. We'll play Marsh Flats, get a Plains, and they concede. Man, I was not expecting to win that game with how many lands we drew. Alright, so against Grixis Control. I can't believe we're playing so many control decks too. Do we want Wrath for the Frogs and Bowmasters? Maybe. Blood Moon could be hilarious. Ghost Vacuum. If we want these 3, I think Ragavan's going to come out. Probably just like 1 Wrath. I'll try that. So now we're going to have to dodge Toxic Deluge, Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, Bowmasters. Alright, this is a 5-land hand. We're going to mulligan. This hand also sucks, but we're not going to go to 5. Put back Sacred Foundry. I'm going to lead off on a Surveil land into Goblin Bombardment before I play God of Souls. Probably going to need a Spell Snare, but Static Prism. Land to the yard. And they Surveil. They keep it on top. They play Flooded Strand. Probably going to be a frog here. So they tap out. Like, is that a spot where we cast Goblin Bombardment? I think it has to be. Arena. Cast Goblin Bombardment. So now we're probably going to go... We'll see. We got to sequence this right with a Johnny Static Prison Guide. They do get a hit in. But they're just going to, like, hold up everything and pass, probably. Another frog. Holding up Spell Snare. Let's play Flooded Strand. Now that we drew the discharge, I want to discharge here and see what they do. Discard a land, discard another land. So I guess we're going to have to... Oh, man. Oh, why didn't we... We should have used the Arena of Glory there. That was dumb. Because now our stuff is so awkward. And they're going to Spell Snare us and then murder us. Yeah, we're going to cast Static Prison. We messed up tapping, because now we could have casted... we could have cast God of Souls. So they pitched 2 lands, which they don't really care about that, because they're drawing 2 cards a turn. But we know they have a Spell Snare. We're like 95%. They attack. They draw. They shock in Watergrave for Spell Bomb. We draw Flage. Pretty bad against Spell Bomb. Start with Guide. Play a Johnny. This is the Spell Snare. Oh, are they just going to kill Guide? Okay. They kill Guide. Wow, that land. Did not expect that to land. Alright, and we'll just pass. So now they have to jump the frog. That's what they do. They're getting a lot of hits in with the frog, which is never good. And we're not going to pitch 2 here to kill that, because that's just not going to work out. They attack. Get him for 1. They have 4 cards still in hand. Damn, 3rd frog. Windswept Heath. We'll pay. We'll play this. We will cast Flage. I'm going to try to kill both frogs. See if this works. We'll sack here. So we'll attack first. See if they have like Bowmasters. They do not. Sack here. See if they have something to kill this. They do. Sack here again. They'd have to discard their whole hand, which is probably worth it. Unless their hand's insane. They sack Spell Bomb. Yeah, they're going to draw... They're going to discard 2 cards, I guess, to save Frog. And our graveyard's gone. Discard Spell Snare. Bowmasters. Those are good cards. I wish we had, like, Discharge or something. Yeah, we'll pass. We're gonna really heavily rely on the surveil land. Maybe that was too aggressive, pitching the Ajani, but if they didn't have anything... Actually, I mean, well, we knew they had stuff. Yeah, maybe that was just too aggressive. They have another spell bomb. Surveil. Land to the yard. We draw a Johnny. It's actually really good. Cast a Johnny. No, they have the counterspell too? Damn. Alright, not looking good for us. They have the spell bombs, they have the counters. We sequenced kind of poorly. Oh, you know what we should be doing? We probably should just Thraben Charm their graveyard at this point. We'll do it with the trigger on the stack. Just so they can't... I mean, we're going to be dead anyway, but just so they can't get a Murktide out. We also get that F6 value. Damn, dude. Yeah, they're a Snapcaster deck too, so they can just Snapcaster Counterspell. Or just Spell Snare, whatever. So I'm not even sure what we could draw here. Into Tameo. Discharge. Yeah, because even if we discharge this, we have to use all the energy. This would take 4. They could just discard a card. Alright, alright. Like, do we want Wear Tears for... I think we do want the other Wrath Disguise, though. I think Blood Moon's still decent, especially on the play. All this is good. I'll try that. On the play. Alright, this is a solid hand. We have a turn 1 Pride, turn 2 a Johnny, discharge for maybe Frog. Hopefully they don't have Spellbomb for Flage. Go Windswept Heath, get a Plains for Pride. Yeah, if we can dodge Fatal Push, that'd be awesome. They go Land Go. Draw Goblin Bombardment, that's pretty good. So let's see if we can connect, see if Goblin Bombardment can land. Probably going to get Spell Snared, but we definitely want to get that down. Cast that. And then it's like, do you want this Spell Snared or Johnny? Probably this at this point. It's like close, like yeah, you have an active Ocelot Pride, but a Johnny's just so annoying. Tameo. Alright, that's fine. We can discharge that. Or we can just Flage it. Yeah, let's Flage it. It plays around Stern Scolding, and we can just keep this for something else. Shock this in. Cast Flage. Eat Tameo. And then we can get 2 damage in instead of 1. And what's cool about doing that is next turn we can bring back Flage. Attack like that. Pride triggers, make another cat. They're going to Surveil. Thundering Falls. They put Snapcaster in the yard. Okay. They have nothing to get with it besides Spell Snare, which they played land they could have kept and Spell Snared. I guess they're looking for lands. Alright, they bolt the cat. Oh my god, they have the Spell Bomb. No. Alright, well at least they're not getting the value, but it's kind of sad. We were really looking forward to that. Good draw for them. We draw another land. Let's attack. Put them down to 11. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll try to, like, subtlety this. They do not. All right, we'll just pass. I don't think I want to discharge one of the cats to flip this right now. Could be wrong. Psychic Frog. We will Surveil. Land to the yard. So many lands, dude. All 3 games we've just been flooded. Let's attack. See if they want to trade, block, something. They don't want to flip a Johnny. Play this for Surveil, and then we'll pass. I also don't want to flip this because they could pump it and kill it. Which, again, isn't the biggest deal, because if they're attacking, they're dead anyway. But they have to attack. They're just, like, not drawing anything. Alright, they get in. We're not gonna, like, trade or chump. They find a land. They get an island. So this could be Flame of Anor. This could be plenty of things. A Johnny. I'm gonna keep that on top. We'll attack with all. Let's see what their trick is. See if they have a Bowmasters. Or Flame of Anor. Or Fatal Push or something. They do have the Bowmasters. Discharge a cat. We'll flip it. They won't be able to make a token. They could trade here, probably. It's fine. Please don't have Spell Snare. Stern Scolding, sure. Make a cat. Ah, so annoying. So, like, another play, like, we didn't have to do that because we had the Ajani, but they had the Scolding. Now they're going to jump. Maybe try to clear the Ajani. But then if they don't have anything, we can attack them for 3. Another play there would have been to just flip a Ajani and plus, but them having counters and a bunch of removal didn't play around that. They Flame of Anor too? They do. So Flage is a good draw, just anything really. I'm holding the land to discard, if, like, possible. Alright, they discard a Swamp. They're going to try to clear a Johnny, I guess, and Counterspell. I wish we had Thraben Charm, but they could just discard to make it bigger. Alright, they clear a Johnny. They're tapped out. Let's see if they have a 4th land. They do. There's no way they shock that in, right? Okay. Come on, here's a play. Goblin Bombardment, something. This is insane. How? How do we flood this hard? Get him for 3. Like, insane. Alright, we're just gonna pass. I'm not playing these out. This is just like a joke. They play Undercity Sewers. Literally any card. Just like, Goblin Bombardment wins it. They put Bowmasters in the yard. That's kind of surprising. Tameo. They attack for 3. Like, Static Prison. Discharge. I guess they're just looking for counters at this point. Flage, okay. They have the Bowmasters. But Flage should kill them unless they exactly have... I don't know what this could be to stop Flage. So let's see if they have it. Cast Flage. Lightning Bolt. They target themselves. An honorable way to go out. All right, welcome to the trophy match. And this is a one-lander, but we have Surveil lands. We're on the draw. I'm gonna be a little greedy and keep this. We're against Eldrazi for the trophy match. Definitely gonna be a difficult matchup. Energy is typically unfavored against Eldrazi. Let's see what kind. Okay, so this is the Eldrazi ramp, forest into Utopia Sprawl. So we could just Surveil here and high roll. Okay, cool, never mind. Drew a land. I was going to say we could cast Ragavan, assuming they're not going to do anything and we get to connect. But because we drew the land, we don't have to worry about that. Unfortunately, Blood Moon is not very good in this matchup. All right, let's get a Sacred Foundry. Cast Ragavan. We only have the Molten Rains. You could bring in Orm's Chance to slow them down. You could bring in Wear Tears because they have Utopia Sprawls and Talismans. I mean, Blood Moon can get them if they don't have the Sprawls. But they do have like main deck Kozilek's Return. But like here's the Talisman. So they are on a one-lander. We draw another Ragavan, which isn't good. We'll attack. Maybe steal one of their lands. Yes, that's a perfect land to steal. Bloodstained Mire. Crack it. Sacred Foundry. We're actually going to cast Goblin Bombardment and Guide of Souls. So this plays around Kozilek's Return, which is nice. Another Utopia Sprawl. So now this taps for 3 mana. They have the K return. So now we'll ping them. This is what we were playing around. Yeah, imagine if we had like Molten Rain just to murder this. They'd scoop. Dude, so many Ragavans. Alright, we're just gonna play out a Johnny. We'll flip a Johnny. For being on one land, they're still like crushing it. We'll zero a Johnny and pass the turn. If they draw like, they have so much gas in hand, so if they draw like any land, we're screwed. If they have Myco Spawn, we're screwed. Yeah, damn. So we can discharge this. They get a temple. I'd love to draw a land. Guide of Souls. Cast Guide of Souls. I really don't want to like over commit because if they cast a 7, 3, 2, 5, 6, like they could just wipe the board with Kozilek's. So I don't want to discharge this either. I mean, let's just cast the Ragavan because we have another one. We'll zero. If anything, we're just going to like hit them and ping them and stuff. 2 mana. Cycle? Are they going to cycle, kill cat? Like cycle, kill cat, and draw maybe? It's a decent play. So now they only get hit for 3. Put them down to 8. Yeah, I guess like next turn they're potentially dead. Come on, no lands, no 7 drops, no. Alright, so not looking good for us because they can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they have a Devour. We know about that. And they trigger Kozilek's. Alright, we'll just shoot them down to 4. Yeah, if they bricked on that land, we won. So we're going to hit for 3. We do have Discharge. We have Ragavan. Another Goblin Bombardment, man. Not drawn well. Cast this. Flage and a land would do it. I'll pass. They have another 7 drop. Ugh, sire. Alright, we're just going to ping him again. Yeah, I think a Johnny's the only way out of this. They only attack here. Just stuck on 2 lands. We flooded every other match. And then just get got here. Yeah, damn. So against Eldrazi ramp, we want these 5, I guess. Discharge can come out. I'm going to keep the prisons in. Voice. I mean, Blood Moon, I'm going to bring in Blood Moon. Like, it can be good. I'll try that. On the play this time. This is 4 lands. Nothing really going on here. We're going to mulligan. It's a 1-lander, but we do have Molten Rain and Ragavan, so we're 100% going to keep. Again, hopefully we find more lands. Put back Flage. Because Ragavan should connect. Hopefully they just go Utopia Sprawl like last time. They keep 7. So we'll see if Ragavan can get there. Like maybe they just go Ugin's Lab, Talisman, and then we can kill it. Nah, Commercial Districts isn't it? They keep a card on top. Ragavan's going to hit it. We do hit the land, which is nice. Let's see what they want us to hit. Myco Spawn. Marsh Flats, Sacred Foundry, cast a Johnny, and then we'll pass. I really don't want to Molten Rain this. That's just like terrible. We want them to play a Temple or like Sprawl or something. There's a Temple. Okay, that's good. So they could kill this if they want. We draw the Goblin Bombardment, which is pretty big. They're going to kill this. See if they make a spawn or if they want to draw. They make a spawn. Cast Molten Rain, kill that. Next turn we'll get Goblin Bombardment out. Talisman. Flage. Let's attack. Put them down to 10. Goblin Bombardment. They sack. They have 2 mana. They're going to exile the cat. Damn. K-commands are really killing it here. So they use their spawn token at least. They only have 1 colorless source, but they could get a Myco Spawn here. They get a forest. Chrysalis, okay. Yeah, like I said before, this is a really tough matchup. So we have Flage. We could Flage them. We could flip a Johnny. We could play Ragavan and flip a Johnny. I kind of like that. We'll fetch with Marsh Flats. We also kind of want to kill their spawns. There's 1, 2, 3. Get a Plains. Cast a Johnny. I think I did this wrong. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I think cast Ragavan. We'll zero. I'm going to shoot them because we have the Flage and then just pass. So the only 7 drop, like as long as they don't have like an All Is Dust or something, which they don't typically run, they're dead next turn if they don't do anything crazy. Utopia Sprawl. Like, even if they have Kozilek's Return, we don't care. All right, they're casting something. Rumble. Rumble is Emrakul. They're definitely going to take the Emrakul. That's what they take. Okay, they cast Myco Spawn, so they're looking to cast Emrakul next turn, but they're not going to live. They get a Temple. No attacks. Ragavan. Will 0. I mean, they're just dead even without Flage. All right, let's run it back. All right, the final match, we do have Ragavan into Molten Rain. We'll keep. Being on the draw is going to be really, really difficult. This is a fantastic on the play hand, just like last time. They revealed Devour. Hopefully we can get there. They exiled K-Return. Kind of scary. We draw another land, which isn't good. We'll just play Sacred Foundry, Ragavan. So we're looking to dodge Temple into K-Return, or Temple into K-Command, or Ugin's Lab into K-Command. Oh man, they have it. So close. Plains. I'll play Flooded Strand and pass. Yeah, like if we were on the play, we just like straight up win this game. We play Ragavan, they play Bog. And now they have a kicked Myco Spawn. Talisman, okay. Into Trinisphere. Could be worse. Elegant Parlor. We did not bring in Guide of Souls. Keep that on top. Did we bring in Wear Tears? I think we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, you want Wear Tears for all of this. Guide of Souls. So we're going to go Plains, Molten Rain. And they only have one card in hand. We can fill up the yard for Flage. Rumble. Oh, they get some good hits here. Sire, Myco Spawn, Ugin's Lab. They take Myco Spawn. Guide of Souls. So let's go Flage, kill the Spawn. Mesa, pass. We're just going to try to fill up the yard. And we're looking for Wear Tears. We're looking for just, again, stuff to fill the yard. And it looks like they're stuck on lands, which is nice. This is another Rumble. It is. They have to take a land, right? Yeah, they choose Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They were greedy and didn't take a land last time. Joshua. We'll keep Joshua. It's actually pretty good. That'll fill up the yard for Flage. Let's cast Joshua. What do we want to discard? Are we afraid of their graveyard? They have a K-Return. Yeah, let's get rid of the guides. Draw another Flage. Play this tapped. Can actually flip this also. Oh, they draw a Temple for turn. So they're going to kick a Myco Spawn, eat one of our lands. They didn't kick it. They must have something else to cast. Oh, do they have a K? Oh my gosh. They're going to eat Flage. Their last card is K-Command. That's so gross. All right, we're going to have to rebuild. But that's such like a huge thing for them. It's going to be hard to come back from that. X equals 3, which makes... Oh, and they get rid of Joshua. No cards in hand. Static Prison. So how do we want to do this? I really want to get rid of their graveyard. I want to get rid of Trinisphere. Trinisphere is not the biggest deal, actually. Because we can cast both of these if we want. I am afraid of their graveyard, though. So let's just do both. They're on top deck mode. Their top decks are way better than ours, pretty much. We'll eat the Myco Spawn. Yeah, we could have had a juicy Flage. Got a Sacred Foundry. And we're just going to do this now. Play around Emrakul. It's also good to do this because we fill the graveyard for Flage. So if we draw Arena of Glory, we're good. Hopefully they don't top deck something amazing. Okay, no plays. We draw a land. We're going to cast Flage. Flage lands. And then down to 13. All right, see if we can dodge like 1 or 2 more turns. It's going to be close. They drew something. Yeah, Chrysalis. Okay. All right, that slows the game down a little bit. We draw another Flage. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just trying to play around Emrakul here. It just sucks they can like chump infinitely. Let's attack. Such a good top deck. But we'd take this over like K-Command or Sire or something. Devour. We'll attack. Hit them for 3. Down to 10. All right, they chump there. That makes sense. Cast the other Flage. I don't know if it's worth it to like hold it or not, but we're just going to ping them down. Try to do as much damage as possible. They drew a spell. It's Myco Spawn. Oh no. We couldn't fade it. This is going to be a huge K-Command. Oh. They top decked Herigast. That sucks. All right, they're at 7. We do have the Static Prison, but now they have 3 cards. We draw Ocelot Pride. Cast Static Prison. Target Herigast. We gotta hope the cards they drew weren't very good, but the chances of that being pretty slim. We'll attack. Target them. They chump. Oh, I guess they didn't want to chump. And we get the 5-0. Alright, so that was Boros Energy featuring the new Final Fantasy cards. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to utilize Joshua or Lightning. They killed Lightning on the spot, which is to be expected. Joshua was pretty good because we got to loot immediately and then he died. But I think if either one of these live, then they're going to be really good late game threats. As for the rest of the deck, we just kind of did the energy thing. Not too much to say about the already established deck. So as far as Final Fantasy goes, I definitely want to keep trying these. I know we didn't really get to cast them that often, but I think they could have a home here. Especially Lightning. If this ever gets to connect, it's going to be insane. But that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for watching this 5-0 video. If you want to see more energy content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.